This whiskey was voted the best Irish pot still whiskey of 2022.
Ooh, it must be tasty then.
It very much is. Let me tell you a little bit about the Two Stacks Polaris 1.2. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt and I'm the Whiskey Nerd.
I'm Rose and I'm the Whiskey Noob.
And like I said, this is the Polaris 1.2. So let me get it into the glass and I'll tell you a little bit more about it.
That Two Stacks?
It is from Two Stacks, yeah. So Two Stacks, I've talked about them a lot on the channel. We've reviewed a few of their whiskeys. They are like a bottler, they are a bonder. They take whiskeys from other distilleries and then they finish them in different ways. They source them in different ways. And they've got some really cool plans for the future where they might be taking whiskeys from different distilleries, blending them together to make something greater than the sum of the parts. But this here is the Polaris collection. So
why is it called Polaris?
Well, Polaris is the North Star. So if you look at their logo, you can actually see the North Star is right there. I'll put a picture of that up there so you can see it. So it has the North Star there. It's kind of a guiding light. The Polaris collection is their kind of premium range of whiskies. It's their better whiskies they make. So they have the 1.1, which is a single malt, and they have this one, the 1.2, which is a single pot still.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is a 6-year-old single pot still. I think it was aged for like 4 years, 11 months, so just under. They actually have the details here on
Yeah, that's
the
what I was about to ask, because they always put so much detail on the bottle, like all the percentages are very clearly laid out.
So this was distilled in September of 2016. It was refilled, so it was taken out of its first cask in August of 2021, so just under 5 years, and it was then bottled in October 2022, so that would be 14 months. So the first cask was a Bourbon Cask, classic of Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
The second cask though was a Cabernet Franc Ice Wine.
Ice wine all day.
Yeah, so
all day, all night.
Ice wine from Canada. So what's special about ice wine is they pick the grapes when they're frozen. So then the water is frozen, but the sugar isn't. So then when you crush the grapes, you actually get a really, really thick, sweet, syrupy juice coming out of the grapes. And that gives you a much more concentrated flavor. If you ever get a bottle of ice wine, they're much smaller because, of course, the amount of sugar, the amount of juice they're starting with is much smaller.
Yeah.
But they're very nice, very sweet, and very concentrated.
It also gave it a really great color. Like, look at that.
Yeah, so Two Stacks, they release their whiskies with non-chill filters, natural coloring, and this one here is cask strength.
Yeah.
And it is quite a cask strength. It is 58.25% alcohol by volume. That's 126.5 proof. It is a very, very hefty whiskey. It does deliver a huge amount of flavour though, no doubt, no surprise. This won the best Irish pot still whiskey last year at the Irish Whiskey Awards, so it was released last year, but I very much enjoyed this whiskey. But we do have a little dropper with a little bit of water here, just in case someone over here can't handle the cask.
I barely ever put water in my whiskey.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of weight though, so just in case you want to try a little bit of water to open it up a bit, we have a bit of water, but I think it's time we go in for the nose.
Yes.
On the Polaris 1.2.
It smells brilliant. Like there's a sweetness
in
here.
So sweet. Like obviously bourbon is going to give you sweetness, but that ice wine finish has really lent it to the sweetness. It's kind of
like I've had ice wine. I've bought it because of the whiskeys and everything, and like I definitely get that smell in there.
Yeah, it's like there's cherries, there's raspberries.
Yeah, cherries, definitely cherries.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like
cold cherries.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a wine kind of flavor.
No, not like a red wine.
No, it's definitely leaning more into the kind of fruitiness. There's also a good bit of spicy notes in there.
I get a subtle hint of spiciness.
Yeah, there's some cinnamon, maybe a bit of like pepper behind it, maybe some white pepper.
Oh yes, I get that.
Yeah, because pot still whiskey will generally give you a nice kind of peppery note in there.
Yeah. I can't stop thinking about the cherry, honey.
Yeah, and there's a bit of vanilla. Now, it did spend about 5 years in a bourbon cask.
Yeah.
So you're going to have some vanilla notes coming through there. But it really does lead up front with those fruity notes.
Yeah, very fruity, very nice.
I think it's got a very nice nose. We might try it with water to see if the nose has changed. But right now, we're going to go in for the palate.
Go for it straight.
Go for the chase.
Oh my. So there is a punch there.
There's definitely a punch.
There's a punch because of the cask strength, but
yeah,
it's quite nice.
Yeah, it leads up front. Like first off, you're hit with sweetness. You get so much sugar, stewed grapes. You get like kind of seasoned like applesauce kind of note, like really cinnamony, a little bit of apple in there.
I got a lot of cinnamon there.
Really nice and spicy, and then the alcohol hits you.
Yeah.
So it's not just a straight up alcohol burn. You do get a bit of alcohol behind there, but first off, it's sweetness. It's quite enjoyable actually, kind of like creamy. Like,
It is. I got a lot of cream, which I appreciate because I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't have actual cream. So when I get through a whiskey, I'm like, yes!
yeah, so it's kind of like not a custard. I'm gonna go in again and see what kind of creamy note that is. Yeah, it's kind of like a custard, like a creamy nose to it. Like pot still whiskey does have this kind of oiliness. It does have this kind of mouth coating texture that you do associate with cream. It's probably that oiliness, the viscosity with the vanilla giving us kind of like an ice cream or
I
that
can
kind
see
of.
that. But I think we should move away from calling drinks oily. I like the creamy texture of it and everything. The mouth feel.
A rich mouth feel.
Yes,
not
the mouth
an oily
coating.
mouthfeel, yeah. Anything else you're getting there?
Just getting plenty of sweetness, really.
Yeah,
you know?
it's really nice and really sweet, but still has that spiciness. But let's go in again.
Okay.
We'll talk about the finish.
Okay. Spicy.
Definitely spicy
Very
on the finish.
spicy.
Like a little bit of the oak comes through
Okay.
on the finish as it's all kind of fading away. Like definitely really rich with that sweetness.
Yeah.
With that cinnamon, with those berries. A little bit of the berries are coming back for me.
Okay.
Kind of like if you think of like a winter berry crumble where you've got like.
Oh, I can get that.
Yeah, where you got the vanilla, you got a little bit of sweetness, kind of butteriness on like the
And that's
crumble on
probably
top.
why I think of like the spices come in there, because you'd probably put some spices in a bit of a crumble, like.
Yeah, because you'd have like the spicy kind of biscuity with a lot of butter on top.
Yeah.
And then the stewed berries underneath.
Yeah. So it's like you kind of had some sort of like fruity crumble, because we got a lot of like the fruit on the nose, and it's almost as if you went through layers of a crumble, but from the journey through the whiskey.
Yeah. Now, let's add a little bit of water.
Okay.
And add 2 little amounts, because it is quite a high strength.
Okay.
And we'll just do it to the 1. And
All right.
we'll be able to compare across.
Okay.
Okay, definitely softer on the nose, less spiciness on the nose.
Yeah, definitely softer on the nose. What do you think about the palate, though?
The palate, I think it's actually lost some of the berry notes.
Yeah,
Like,
I like the palate better before.
yeah, like it's definitely tamed. The alcohol, the burn has definitely gone away. But
Well, not gone away completely for me.
not gone away completely. But the like the oakiness that I was saying, I was getting a little bit of the oak in the cast strength version of it. I think when you add the water, it kind of muted down like the sweeter notes, the berry notes, and then allowed like the barrel influence, that oakiness.
Yeah, I think I got more oak, because I felt like, yeah, the sweetness overall just reduced a bit in comparison.
Yeah, I think, it's definitely...
But the finish is a lot easier.
Oh, the finish is definitely much easier to drink
Yeah.
than at the cast strength. The cast strength is definitely a sipper. It's definitely one you would be sipping slowly over a time.
Yeah.
But I think it is nicer at cask strength.
Same.
Yeah.
You get more of that sweetness in there.
Yeah, so if you're drinking one of the Polaris whiskies, absolutely, I always say, try it with water, try it with ice, try it a dozen different ways
Yeah.
to find out the way you like it. But I think the way we like it is cast strength.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I think that's all there's to say about the Two Stacks Polaris. It's a very nice whiskey. You might see it again later this year on a top 5 of 2022 list.
We got a lot of a year left, though.
We've got a lot of year left though, but it is a very, very nice whiskey. We'll see what they come out with later on in the year. Until then, I think I'm going to keep on enjoying what's in this glass.
Yes.
We put out whiskey reviews on Wednesdays. We put out cocktail recipes on Fridays. So if you want to see more, make sure you scroll down, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Sláinte.
Bye.